Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. I hadn't made one of these videos in a while, so I thought that I would jump on today and just discuss a little bit with you guys about what's going on with the current energies, what's going on with people with the current energies, and give you some tools you can hopefully use to help yourself. And in case you don't know, yeah, I wrote a couple books. I do energy healing, and I have a line of wellness products, mainly orgone energy generators that can mitigate harmful EMF in your home. And yeah, I had depression and anxiety for most of my life, electrosensitivity, and in seeking to help myself with these issues, I now have an array of tools that I can use to help other people. And that's kind of why I wrote my book, etc. And I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about every single email I have gotten from someone who needs help with energy healing in the past few months at least. Every single person is complaining about having racing thoughts, panic, and anxiety. And so if you're having this, you're not alone. It's completely normal. We all experience this from time to time. And what it is it's a sign to slow down and evaluate what you need to do to help yourself. And if you haven't read my first book yet, Synergy, A Modern Healer's Guide to Complete Bioenergy Wellness, which you can get on Amazon or link it on my website, wuwwomen.com. But it has a lot of great tips in learning about energy and how to navigate it and how to deal with it. But I will give you guys a few little tips that have helped me a lot today, and most of it is stuff that you can easily do on your own. If you're experiencing anxiety, racing thoughts, the first thing I would do is ask if you're doing anything to mitigate the EMF in your home, because your computer routers and your cell phones are pumping out frequencies that can cause anxiety and racing thoughts. I had, before I started using orgone energy, I had racing thoughts. I couldn't focus. I had anxiety. I couldn't sleep. And it was because I'm sensitive to Wi-Fi. And even if you're not sensitive to it, it could be affecting you more than you know. And it's just not a good idea to have that pumping into your cells all the time. It's bad for your cells and your DNA. Um, so, yeah, I would definitely, for starters, if you're not already using orgone energy in your home or office, I would definitely start right away with just getting a couple pieces of orgone energy, put it by your computer router and by where you sleep, and see how that makes you feel. Because immediately you'll probably notice a difference if the Wi Fi has been affecting you. And then next, I would say, are you cleansing the energy in your space? And I know I heard from some conversation, I overheard someone talking about how someone was using Palo Santo before and people thought it was for spirits. And yeah, it can be if you're cleansing your space with like sage or Palo Santo smoke or any kind of herb incense you can burn to cleanse your space. Um, yeah, it could help with that, but you want to just cleanse all kinds of energy out of your space that can accumulate, like emotional energy. Like, let's say I'm angry and I get in a fight with someone, or I'm sad and I'm crying. That energy can linger around. I mean, happy energy too, which is great. But yeah, all kinds of energy can linger around, and you just have to keep it moving. And that's in our space and in our body too. So, um, if you're experiencing anxiety, smoke out your place with sage, open up the doors and windows, do it safely, of course, and then see how that makes you feel. And I would then cleanse your own energy. You can take a salt bath with some essential oils to help. Salt is very good for cleansing your energy. If you live by the ocean, go jump in the ocean, and go for a swim. And that's very helpful as well. and see how that makes you feel. Do some breath work. I guarantee you guys that if you're experiencing racing thoughts, like whenever that happens to me and I notice my brain is just going, 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 it's like, so we have our soul, our higher self, and then we have this ego and this body that brings us down into this reality and so that we can interact in this reality, right? But we have to make sure that the higher self is running the show, not the brain and not anything else. You know what I mean? So, um, if and I know a lot of people are pressed for time. I have days too where I just don't have time, don't get around to doing my silent meditation. And when I don't, and when I'm skipping it for several days, I notice a difference. And I notice that's when my brain starts running more. So definitely, if you don't have a meditation or even a chanting practice, can be very helpful. But silent 0 point meditation is wonderful for slowing down and clearing the brain because you could be affected by, spirits or energies around you if you're not keeping yourself in a very high state. And that'll help with that too, just to slow down and just breathe and do however long you can do 15 to 30 minutes of meditation every day if you can, at least 15 minutes. Um, and it will really just help to clear your mind so that you can stay more present and you don't have your brain, because your brain is like a computer. It's just running these programs, running these programs. You kind of need to, what happens when your computer goes crazy? You got to go in and clean it out, right? And it's like, you just have to make sure you're keeping up with your self-care. It's like, you wash your car and you put gas in it, but you got to take it in for a tune-up every once in a while. So it's like, do all those things for yourself as much as you can and see how it makes you feel. And a lot of us have traumas. I mean, all of us have traumas. We all have something, right? And if you have, a deeper issue going on that needs attention, book a session with me and we can look into it because it's probably something that we can resolve using shamanic journey work and or Reiki. So, yeah, if you have a trauma, you may have some soul loss or just need a little extra attention in clearing out your energy body. And so that can help with that. And you can learn more about that on my website, www.women.com, and go to the Energy Healing Services tab. So, yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a few tips today to hopefully help you if you're feeling anxious. We have a lot of high frequencies coming into the planet right now, and it's causing anything that's not in a high frequency that's inside of us to come up. And it's happening for me, for everybody I know, for everybody. We're all going through it. And so when you have the negative, like if you're experiencing negative thought patterns or voices or anything like that, that's something that you need to work on and redirect. But if you're experiencing like negative emotions, you need to release it. You can't just ignore it and think it's going to go away, or it's just going to get stuck inside of you and cause further discord. So if you're thinking about something that made you sad and you're feeling sad, just like sit and let yourself feel it and let it come up. And once it passes through, that's when you work on your energy healing and try to clear yourself out and get yourself right. But yeah, all this anxiety people are feeling. Oh, and turn off the news. That's going to give you anxiety more than anything. If you're watching the mainstream news, especially, they want to put you in a fear frequency because then you're easier to control. So definitely, if you are watching CNN 24/7 and are wondering why you have anxiety, that could be a contributor for sure. So turn off the news and just care for yourself and expose yourself to enjoyable things that bring you peace and bring you happiness as much as possible. I hope that helps you guys today. And if you want to learn about my books or get some orgone or book a healing session, it's all on my site, www.women.com. Have a great day.